Okay, let's dive into this. We're going to talk about one of the most powerful skills any leader can have, delegation. And I mean real delegation. This isn't just about offloading work to free up your own calendar. It's way bigger than that. It's about how you build a team that's stronger, smarter, and more capable. You know the feeling, right? Your to-do list is a mile long, you're completely swamped, and somehow you've become the bottleneck for your entire team. Every little thing has to go through you. If that sounds even a little bit familiar, well, you're in exactly the right place. So to really get this right, we have to start with the one single unbreakable rule of delegation. This idea, seriously, is what separates the great leaders from the permanently stressed out managers. It all boils down to two words: authority and responsibility. First up, responsibility. Now, the official definition is right there. It's your obligation. But I want you to think of it in a simpler way. It's your personal promise. It's the core mission that you signed up for in your role. It's tied directly to you, and it doesn't go anywhere. And this quote, this is everything. It is the absolute North Star for this entire concept. You can delegate authority, but you can never delegate responsibility. Let that sink in for a second. You can give someone else the power to get something done, but at the end of the day, you can't pass the buck. The final ownership for that outcome? Yeah, that always stays with you. This lays it out perfectly. Look on the left, responsibility. That's your job. It's your core obligation, and you just can't hand it off. The manager is finally responsible. Now look on the right, authority. That's the power to act. Think of it like a tool. That's the part you can and should hand over to empower your team. You're giving them the tool, but you're still the one who owns the project. Okay, so we've got the main rule down. Now let's get into the practical side of things with your delegation playbook. Because, and this is important, not all delegation is created equal. There's a whole spectrum from doing it really, really badly to doing it in a way that truly empowers people.
Think of this as leveling up your leadership skills. At the very bottom, you've got abdication, which, let's be honest, is just chaos. No one knows who's doing what. A step up is custom, where you just give tasks out based on someone's title. A little better is explanation, where you tell someone exactly how to do the task, but that's kind of just micromanaging, right? The goal, the boss level, is number 4, consultation. This is where you trust your team. You explain the what and the why, and you empower them to figure out the how.
So that brings us to the big question. It's one thing to know what good delegation looks like, but how do you actually pull it off? How do you do it effectively every single time? Well, it really boils down to these 3 simple but absolutely non-negotiable keys. First, you have to be crystal clear on the goal. What does done look like and what are the boundaries? Second, make sure you've got the right person for the job. Do they have the skills? Do they have what they need? And third, agree on check-in points. This isn't a fire-and-forget mission, it's a guided process.
Now, when you nail those 3 keys, the payoff is just massive. And this is the part we really need to focus on, because this isn't just about making your own life easier. When you delegate well, you're firing up an engine for growth for absolutely everyone.
And that's because it's a total win-win. Just look at this. For you, the manager, bam, you're more efficient, you're making decisions faster, and you're developing future leaders. But check out the right side. For your team, this is where the magic really happens. They're developing new skills, they're more satisfied with their jobs, and they get a real chance to prove themselves. You're not just managing tasks anymore, you're building people up.
So what you end up with is this incredible positive feedback loop. More efficiency for you leads to more skill growth for them, which leads to higher job satisfaction all around, which leads to, you guessed it, even faster and better decisions. It just keeps getting better.
All right, this brings us to the final, and I think the most important idea of all. Because the real end goal here isn't just to get good at delegating tasks. The real goal is something so much bigger.
The ultimate goal is empowerment. This is a whole different level. It's not about handing out one-off tasks anymore. It's about giving your people real autonomy and ownership to make decisions on their own without you having to intervene. They're not just following your instructions. They're driving their own results. But empowerment can't exist by itself. It has to be paired with its other half, accountability. They are 2 sides of the same coin. When you empower people with that much freedom, they also have to be ready to answer for the outcomes. So you see how it all connects? Your undelegatable responsibility forces you to delegate authority, which creates true empowerment, and that whole system is held together by a culture of accountability. So, I'm going to leave you with this one question to really think about. Take an honest look at how you operate. When you hand something off to someone on your team, are you just trying to clear your inbox? Or are you truly trying to build a future leader? Because that choice, right there, that is the difference between simply being a manager and becoming a genuine leader.